audience with maximum impact. Full immersion begins in...
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving. I'm a soul man, no. I'm a soul man. Yes, I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man, Lord.
You couldn't be so. You couldn't be so. You couldn't be so.
They see something that I don't see. What can you learn from a bum, Omar? Amsterdam? What I learned from a bum, maybe is what not to do.
Nobody takes down Snub 7 easy. There's a reason why, after 100 channels destroyed, Snub 7 is still you. There's a reason, but you don't take me seriously.
I wore that already kama methali kama cheka tuko kwa table champagne pombe mizani mambuske ndani pass me puff then ongeza majani kwani kuna mtatani hey hadi gani wako hadi mututi hadi hatari take me plus upindo mandhari akileta from far wanalamba vidole me beat so sweet then piga vidonge high five why lie
don't you know talking about a revolution song. Time of our life.
I can handle the hot question. See, they say that Angel Snub Nub 7 don't care about the people. But Angel Snub Nub 7 cares about the people because I'm bold enough to tell you the truth, and I don't give a damn if you give me a dime. I'm not looking for your money. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody do.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
It's so closing. Just keep it going.
Hey, Angel Snub 7. What's going on? Oh man, y'all go over there and subscribe to our brother Angel Snub 7. This man has overcome some stuff that I don't think the average individual could overcome and fight their way out of. You're a true warrior. I got a lot of respect for you. I know you done been through a lot of stuff on YouTube, but these people could not walk in your shoes and come out. They couldn't. Angel Snub 7, y'all. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. I'm telling y'all, this man is like a real warrior. Like, he's a fighter, the real kind, not the one that just be talking and running their mouth. The one that really fights and keeps going and going and going. Even when even when the chips are down, you got people that get up, dust themselves off, and keep going. That's what Angel Snub 7 does.
It's so closing. Just keep it going.
I'm not going to help nobody get something my Negroes don't have. If I'm going to die, I'll die now, right here fighting you. If I'm going to die, you my enemy. My enemies are white people, not Vietcong or Chinese or Japanese. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
No, I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believed that I died 20 years ago. And I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody.
Seems to me that white America must see that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. America freed the slave in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation, but gave the slaves no land. And at the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. and yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
I'm saying that the nation of Islam should evolve into what we call the reality's temple on earth. We didn't have a choice. We was already doing for ourselves. Even with all the oppression, we were accomplishing things far greater than the black and blacks have done. They've done very little, except bring you the teaching, the belief, because that's all teachings is. I believe. We don't need to believe no more. We need to know.
Everybody join. It's your going. Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't
We are
nobody.
in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
Keep it real.
What dear?
Because I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
It's your going. Just keep it going.
And I am also your soul brother. Number one.
It's your going. Just keep it going.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
Right. Bro, you a genius. I ain't gonna lie. This is like, bro, you was a genius. I swear. You're gonna go down like a Elijah Muhammad or a Malcolm X with this one. You finna go down in history with this one. I swear to God, bro.
Well, I'm their child. You know, we all their children.
Yeah, but bro, you know, you your own, you different, bro. I mean, to think of that. I mean, bro, this is genius. Like, I don't just say stuff just to be saying it. Like, I swear to God, bro, you are really on something to come up with this. I don't know how you came up with this.
But Charles Blow talks about the fact that if you really want black power, consider going into 6 states. Now, I'm going to combine this with what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us as it relates to get states that you control. Yeah. And so when you look at the idea of returning back Louisiana as far north as Maryland, largest state of black folk, more black folk in Mississippi than any other state in the 50. And so if we were to do that and go into our own, become our own senators, we would up the amount of black senators immediately, Congress people immediately. We would up, and by the way, when you run in the state, when you run in certain things, you don't have to ask nobody for reparations. They give you reparations. Something we can do. This is doable.
The Mississippi campaign represents everything that you claim that you want. The beginning of an all-black independent nation, the ability to control your own resources, your politics, the law, be able to do your own thing for a change, create an economy, create and produce goods that Africa or anybody on the planet would want. You're fake, you don't want to do nothing. 3 hours talking about the Mississippi campaign.
Let's see, Taalik says, can you send a shout out to my platform, the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry? Our theme this year is After Purge Comes the Healing. Shout out to your platform, Taalik. All the best to you guys with continuing to stretch in perspective, to stretch in what is possible, and to continue to bring healing into the space of yourself and others. Yes.
Just keep it going. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like at the king, we make it plain and simple. Bring it down to fire at reality's temple. Reality's temple. My black people, It's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. Like that the king, we make it plain and simple. Bringing knowledge and fire. Just keep it going.
Himself, and you don't realize it. You don't realize it that God has been imprisoned. The devil was able to imprison God. So right inside your own self, your God self has been imprisoned, and you have a false sense of self running rampant inside the temple. This is why, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We have to bring reality's temple here on earth. Reality's temple here on earth.
Yes, sir.
We have to realize the enemy is running rampant inside this temple.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. You know, he's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
My brother Angel Snub 7 at the Realities Temple. And to give props to him, because I listened to all of Angel Snub 7's videos. I think that he comes from a different angle, and there's a powerful message in a lot of the videos that he put out, and I try to catch all of them. I look at him as a free thinker and a person that's willing to challenge those of which he don't agree with or which he may think differently from, and I really respect him for that. He's challenged KNBS, and he has also challenged the Black supremacy movement as well. And I have nothing against that, because that which cannot be challenged cannot stand and will not stand and will not survive the test of time. How many challenges we can withstand will determine how long we will be able to stand.
Just keep it going.
You couldn't be so. You couldn't be so. You couldn't be so.
Good evening, soul brothers and sisters. This is Tangi Cox, the Black Sheep. And I am propositioning you to entertain just in reality. And this is going to hurt soul sisters and brothers, because a lot of us cannot accept reality. I empower you to, for 1 year, to subscribe to the Reality Temple on Earth. And at the end of 12 months, draw your conclusion of what have you learned in that amount of time. I empower you. You will never, ever, ever think, feel, or entertain nonsense ever again, period. I would like to see my soul sisters in this time, you need to spend about a year watching, researching, and looking. Reality Temple on Earth is life-changing, and I stand on that.
Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly.
That's right. I'm proud to be a Southern girl. I'm gonna take you back a little bit. Where? Back to Texas, where everything is bigger.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always. Welcome to another spontaneous broadcast of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. I would like to thank all of you in the clouds, all of you in the chat room, all of you who are participating in our simulcast. We are simulcasting on, of course, here, Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry YouTube channel, Angel Snub 7 YouTube channel, Realities Temple on Earth YouTube channel, and our various Facebook channels. I thank you so much for joining us this last Sunday, 2025, the month of January. I believe this is the last Sunday of January. I thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It is always an honor that you would give us a little time so that we may bring our message to you. It is always an honor. I thank you so much for listening to this ministry, many of you, for a very, very long time. And although there are those who would hope that you would not listen or give me any kind of attention, year after year and month after month, day after day, you just tell them basically, go to hell. I want to listen to what this brother has to say. Is there something wrong with that? Are you afraid of what this brother is saying? Are you jealous? Are you a hater? What is your problem that a man, you don't want them to listen to a word from another man, from another human being, because you don't like it? And then when we ask them why you don't like it, they cannot even explain. It shows us how silly we are. We're silly people. But that is expected because we're immature, exactly like Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, may she rest in peace, may she rest in soul power forever. She did state how the Black American soul brothers and sisters in this nation, we are very immature people. It is not our fault. It is because of the condition that brought us into existence, where we were put into a childlike state of mind for over 300 years. Slavery is a childlike state of mind because you don't have to do nothing for yourself. You depend on your slave master to do your thinking for you, to take care of you, give you food, clothing, and shelter. And just because somebody let you loose yesterday does not mean you immediately become a true, full functioning man, a full functioning woman. If we were truly full functioning people or individuals, our condition would be better. But our condition is even worse than it was in the 1960s. You say, how is that possible? It is possible because now you have become comfortable in the oppression. You have become, oppression is a way of life. As long as you have a job, as long as you can get your liquor, as long as you can watch your porn, as long as you can watch TikTok, YouTube, you're engulfed in all this social media madness, and you're confused in the mind. You don't know who to believe. Somebody tell you that, oh, don't eat that. The next video said, oh, don't eat that. We should do this and we should do that. Oh, it's confusing. And the sad thing is, every video, everything that we listen to, we believe that it's true. So people are constantly changing and contradicting themselves. They don't know what to believe. They don't know what to do. They are easily blown from one place to another. Wherever the wind blows, they go. They stand on nothing. And you can do this to people with childlike mentality, childlike mind. I wonder, where will we be in 150 years? 150. We will be dead. I won't be here. You won't be here. All of us, 150 years from now, we will all be dead. I guarantee it. Now, you can float around in space. Some of y'all believe you're going to float around in space. You turn into energy, whatever. You won't be here. Just like those before us, they're not here. We would be dead. Every last one of us. Even your children, 150 years from now. So my question I raise is, what do you want those 150 years from now, what do you want them to say about us? Or do you care? What will history say of us in 2025? What will they say? They will say that we are some violent people, we're drug addicts, we're confused, we're gender confused, we're nasty, we're trifling, we're greedy, we're selfish, warmongering, we're pedophiles, we are murderers. That's what they would say about us. Hateful people. That's what they would say about us. But we put on this persona like we're good and holy and righteous. Ain't none of you. None of us are holy and righteous and good. Good for nothing. We're worse. The worst generation that Black America has ever produced. The worst. And those who come after us should tell the truth and tell and say and write, they were the worst we ever produced. Because they left us nothing. We go around social media beefing and hating each other, producing nothing. How you gonna talk about me? You don't have nothing. I don't give a damn if you have $1 billion. You don't have nothing because you don't control the billion. You don't control the value of the billion. Another man controls your money and your wealth and your fame and your fortune. And when they get ready to take it, because you don't own it, you don't control a damn thing, and you look silly and stupid because you don't own nothing. You don't control nothing anyway. That's why it was easy to bring down Kanye West. It's easy to bring down Jay-Z, Diddy, and Oprah, whoever it is that y'all think that you got a little something. You don't control nothing. And don't want to control nothing because you're not full functioning men and women. You don't have no concern. You just like children on the playground. You want to argue and fuss, call people names, just like children on the playground in the sandbox. That's your behavior. The worst generation ever produced. Why are you saying how smart you are? How intelligent you are. You smart and you intelligent, don't control nothing, have no power, no influence. You got to beg somebody else. Even when you go to Africa, you got to beg the African. Can I be a citizen? Can I do this, sir? Can I do this, ma'am? You always a servant. You always got to beg and ask somebody to do something for you because you're a child. Mama, can I get a dime? Mama, will you pay my electric? Daddy, will you buy me a car? We supposed to be full functioning men and women, and we still begging somebody else, help me. And you don't think there's a problem. And we go to church. We go to church every Sunday. We go to the mosque every Sunday. And if we can't beg a human being, then we begging God every Sunday. Oh, Lord, will you help me? Oh, praise be to somebody. Oh, the Most High, will you help me? Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Lord, help me. Please help me, Lord. Oh, help me, Lord. And you want to be respected as a man. You want to be respected as a woman, and we continue to act like children. And just like children, children are violent. Children are nasty to each other. In the United States, how many suicides children commit because children bully other children and make mockery of other children? I believe this week we had a couple of children shooting up their school for whatever reason. These are children. When I was a child, the thought of getting a gun and shooting up my school, that wasn't even a thought in my mind. But see, this is a consequence of the adults. The children do this and the children. You produce these children. And if we are nasty, if we are vile, if we are profane, violent, the generation produced us. Because that's what they was. That's what they was. You can't talk about the gangs. You can't talk about what these children doing and what the teenagers doing and the young people. That's you. We produced that. Just like our parents produced us. Because that's what they was. There's always exceptions to the rule. We have beautiful people out here. Wouldn't hurt a fly. Non-selfish people that get taken advantage of by charities and their relatives and whatever. There's always exceptions to the rule. But you can look at social media. There's no sense to debate me. You can just go on social media and before you can open up your mouth, say something somebody disagree with. And you see the hate, the violence, the profanity. Then they'll turn around and skin and grin in the face of the people that agree with them. Oh, brother, how you doing, sister? Hey, brother, how you, sister? That's not realistic. Because human beings, we're all different. We will never agree on everything. That's not realistic. That's why when you go to the store, there's a whole bunch of different kinds of apples. My favorite apple is the red delicious apple. I like that. I don't like the Fuji and some of these other ones. I could eat those apples, but I really don't. I prefer the red delicious apple because people are different, and there are those who might prefer the other varieties of apple. We are different people. But when it comes to religion, when it comes to some of these, this sick thinking, everybody's supposed to be an American. The Palestinians supposed to act and think like Americans. Russia's supposed to think like Americans. I'm supposed to be a Muslim. I'm supposed to be an African. I'm supposed to be a Native American. I'm supposed to be a Hebrew Israelite. I'm supposed to be a Moor. That's sick thinking. It's never going to happen. Never. And if it did happen, it won't last long because we're different. Somebody's going to say, I don't want to do that. That's why when you look at religion, it was only one. It started off one. Now it's all different kinds of Christianity. It's all kinds of Islam. It's all kinds of Judaism. Somebody said, I don't like the way that goes. And they broke off and started something different. We're never going to do that. And people get angry at Angel Snuffing Up 7 because that's just the reality of things. It's never going to happen. How silly. But you think like that because you're a child. We have a childish mentality. It's never going to happen. But it can work to a certain point because here we are living in America. The melting pot is not a perfect melting pot, but America is an example of all kinds of beliefs, all types of ideologies, all kinds of races of people living in one house. It's not perfect because you have a lot of folks in this house. They don't want to be family like that. So what the hell are you doing here? So they are here to disrupt the house. And you should leave because this is the melting pot. And even those who talk that crap, they're not part of the melting pot. If we are Americans, all Americans should be looking out for each other. Simple as that, regardless. But as you know, the white community look out for themselves, the Hispanic community looking out for themselves, the Asian. So you have a group of folks, they like the benefits. They like the benefits of the melting pot, but don't want to be part of the melting pot. A president should seek to break all this up. They should really break all these communities up, mix it all up. Rich folks should be mixed in with the poor, the black with the white, the Asians, just mix it up because that's what this is supposed to be, the melting pot. You don't like it, get the hell out. Get on one of those planes with the immigrants, get the hell out. Humanity is a melting pot. Whatever affects one human being affects the other. During the COVID pandemic, COVID didn't give a damn about your race, whether you was rich or you were poor. It affected all human beings, and the scientists and the doctors was in the labs trying to solve the problem for the human being, not just for, oh, we just doing this for the white people. We doing this for the black people. We're doing this for the Native American people. No, they're doing these, when they have these outbreaks, they're looking up because we're human beings and whatever affects one affects all. You're just silly. You're childish and you caught up in racism. And racism is the worst sickness that the human being has ever faced in time. You say that you are against racism, but you're racist yourself. Many of you don't even know that you are racist. A racist wannabe. Because I know some folks will say, what's your name? Tiny Timber Abara, whatever you call yourself. Black people can't be racist. Racist wannabe. You want to be just like racists. You think like them. And you're sick like them. So 150 years from now, they will be saying they was racist. The white man was a racist in 2025, and the black people want to be racist like them. That's what they would say 150 years. The worst generation. Our people was trying to get up out of racism. So the Black Panther Party said, power to the people. And they embraced anybody that was willing to help them give power to the people. And whenever they went to jail, whenever they had problems, there were some white folks that helped them. You are an idiot. You have no power. You have no influence. You need their help. These lawyers, these Caucasian lawyers, and these other Caucasians and just regular average folks joined with black people. Even during slavery, they were trying to, because they knew that it was wrong. Whether they like black folks or not, they said, well, this is against my religion. Whatever the reason, they was there. You're not going to get out of this on your own. That's just the reality of it. You've been doing it, trying to do it with just black folks for how long? And you're still in the same condition. You can't even get along with the people. You can't even get along with the people that think like you. That's how tacky and sad you are. You don't even get along with those. What are they going to say about us 150 years from now? The most pitiful, non-producing, weak, savage, profane, violent, greedy, materialistic. The generation of what they call it, the butter biscuit generation. As long as I got butter biscuit on my plate, you fine and dandy. So for this generation, Malcolm died for nothing. For this generation, Dr. King died for nothing. Unworthy of these men. Unworthy of Huey P. Newton. Unworthy of Fannie Lou Hamer. Unworthy of Harriet Tubman. We are unworthy. That's not my fault. How long have I been on YouTube? Since late 2007, November 2007. I want somebody to bring me video where I talk about somebody's person. I don't talk about your shirt. I don't talk about your hair. I don't talk about how you're living. I talk about your belief. I talk about your ideology. I talk about the contradiction in your behavior in regards to your ideology. But I won't talk about you. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what kind of car you're driving. I don't talk about people's wives and children and their dogs scruffy. I talk about the belief and the ideology that you did not even create. The reality temple on earth, I created it. So you would think that I will get upset by those who critique or those who make mockery. I don't. And I created it. Now, if you want to come face to face and try to make mockery, I will defend this platform. And we have done a good job for years and years and years. That's no problem. People get upset because they can't defend their platform. They can't defend their belief in their ideology. I don't talk about your cat. I don't talk about your dog. I don't talk about those things. I talk about your belief and the ideology that you did not even create. And they're loyal to these beliefs that they did not create because they believe these things are true. I can believe that apples grow on clouds. Apples grow on clouds. You would say, that's nonsense. But that's my belief. And I believe it. I believe that it's true. And I would get angry with you. I would threaten you, telling me I'm a liar. Apples grow on in the clouds. That's what I believe. And even if you show a person, you cannot grow an apple on a cloud. They don't care because they're not interested in the truth. And that's the difference between myself and them. We all come from the same place. A lot of us, we came from the Christian church. We came from the mosque. We came from these religious teachings. We came from these different ideologies. We all come from those same places. But see, for me, even when I was a Christian, I was told to stand for and seek the truth. But what if Christianity is not the truth? What if Islam is not the truth? What if Pan-Africanism, the Moors, the Wahabians, these things what if they're not the truth? You don't care because you're not here to stand on the truth. You are here to be loyal to a lie. Just like I believe that apples can grow on clouds. And I will go and I would do my research. I would get the information to show you how the molecules wrap around the photons, blah, 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 and get an apple seed and the apples grow on the cloud. I would do all that. Sound like a bunch of nonsense, but that's what y'all do. You do the same thing. That's why I don't spend a lot of time messing with people when they believe, because it don't make no difference what information, it don't make no difference what you say, show, they're going to believe that apples grow on clouds. So what's the sense of arguing? Because everybody don't want the truth. The majority of folks only want to hear what makes them feel good. They're not interested in the truth. Only what makes them feel good. Lies make them feel good. I told this story about my mother. I told a lie, a story. My mother, I wanted to see my mother smile. I wanted to see her laugh. So I told a fictional story. I told this lie. It never happened. But the lie, the story made my mother smile. It made her feel good. It got to the point, I believed the lie. And I know better. I know it was a lie. But it was making the people I was telling the story to, it made them feel good. And so I couldn't take it no more. And I went to those I was telling this story to, and I told them that never happened. And they called me a liar because they saw it. It made them feel good. It was a nice story. I forgot what the story was about, but it made everybody happy, made everybody smile, made everybody feel good, made me feel good because they felt good. But I had to tell them, and that story is not true. It was just a fictional story that I made up. My mother could not accept. It took a long time before she said, yeah, I remember that lie you told us. But she embraced it. I want this to be true because it's so funny. It made me feel good. And some people, when you mess with something that makes them feel good, you make them very, very angry. Don't tell me this is a lie. Don't tell me I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me this is a lie. Don't tell me that I don't want to hear that it's not true because this makes me feel good. People that do drugs, people that drink, people that party, they don't want to be around nobody. Well, you know, you shouldn't smoke. You shouldn't drink. You shouldn't. They don't want to hear that because that make them feel good. Make them feel good. They don't want to hear it. A child that loves football, they don't want to hear, well, you shouldn't do this. You could get seriously hurt, blah, blah. They don't want to hear the negative. I play football. I love football. Go away. I don't want to hear about, I could get hurt. Football is not real. That's a fake game. They don't want to hear stuff like that because I love football. Don't tell me Jesus. Don't tell me Jesus is not real. Don't tell me Farrakhan is not telling the truth. Elijah Muhammad is not telling. I don't want to hear it. I can't do it because it makes them feel good. They know. My mother knew that the story I told her was a story, a whopper. We used to call stuff like that whoppers. A lie, a fictional story. They want to believe. So you're wasting your time trying to argue and debate with people who are not interested in the truth. They're only interested in what makes them feel good. Their fantasy world, the spirit world, the Wakanda, the fear of the black planet. They are in their own fictional world. How dare you come here and mess up my Wakanda? They can believe in that because belief does not require evidence. They do their research. They get their information just enough to try to support their lie, their belief. But a belief does not require evidence. You either believe or you don't. And what I have grown to know and learn is when they what's the word I'm looking for? When they thrash out, that's not the word I'm looking for, but when they thrash out, what's the word I'm looking for? When they shout hateful things at me, angry things at me, it's really not me. They really acting out on themselves because they know what I'm saying is true. And they believe in the lies. They believe in the errors. So I want somebody to bring me one video. I have lots of videos, so it should be easy for you to find a video where I attack somebody personally. I talk about belief and I talk about ideology. I don't talk about people. That's not my thing. There's no, what is the benefit? I don't talk about if you have money, you don't have money, your wife, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your children, how they dress. I don't care about that. People do that because they have no argument. So when they come to Angel Snutting Up 7, oh, you got a bald head, you got EnVogue. Folks are so tacky, they attack a poster on the wall. They attack a poster on the wall. That's how tacky, because they have no argument. They have no defense for their ideology and their beliefs. And I'm very sure what I present has error. I'm very sure what I have has fault. But they're not taking the time to find it. It's easier to talk about my sweater. It's easier to talk about an EnVogue poster. It's easier to talk about pictures on the wall, your breath stink, or whatever. It's easier. But see, the difference between you and me, if you show me my error, if you show me that what I'm saying is not true, I will embrace the truth. And I will revise what I have so I can walk stronger. But you can't do that. You get weaker and weaker and weaker. And that's why when you see me, I can speak strong. I'm solid because I learn from my mistakes and I get stronger and stronger. You can't do it because you can't accept your error because you think that you are perfect. And ain't nobody perfect. Even in your belief. I don't never tell nobody, don't be a Pan-African, don't be a Hebrew Israelite, don't be a Moor, don't be a Nation of Islam. I don't make videos like that. Have I ever made a video? Don't be a Nation of Islam, don't be a tribe of Shabazz, don't be a Moor, don't be an Israelite. I've never made videos like that. I talk about the ideology and the belief. And if you're going to hold on to those things because they're not true, they are filled with error, they come from foreigners that don't have nothing to do with you. But if you want to believe that, then you need to revise it and bring it to the modern times. So the application of knowledge can actually produce something for you. If it is knowledge. Belief is not knowledge. Belief is just some stuff to make people feel good. So the scriptures say, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You're not free. So apparently you don't have the truth. So that's why I say if you want to use that, then it needs to be revise so that truth can make you free. But you still want to keep doing what they did in 1930, what they did in 1400 years ago, 2000 years ago. What has it done for humanity? It has not made them free. Nobody. So you keep failing. And then you want to get angry at people. I'm just saying the obvious. You failing. It's the obvious. You get angry. Things take time. How much time do you want? There's never a timetable. That's another thing. How much time do you want? It was a brother on here about a year or so. He said, I need another 100 years. Well, at least he was truthful. He said he need another 100 years. He'll be dead. How does that help us? How do we know that it will be successful? If you need another 100 years, how do we know that you will be successful at the end of that 100 years? When you are producing nothing, when you are producing nothing now. I'm not making mockery or trying to put nobody down. I want us to be successful. And I'm telling you what you need to do in order to be successful. But you don't want, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because you have this lie. You have this fantasy in your mind. And that fantasy is trapped 1930, 5000 BC, 2000 BC. It goes back to, and it didn't help them. So either you need to revise or you need to adopt something new. So the scriptures say that the God is to come and let all the former things pass away. Behold, I make all things new. New does not mean that we don't embrace the past, because all of us are made up from the past. But we are new, even though we are made up from the past. Our parents, many of us have lost our parents, but they are basically still here, and we still carry that DNA. We are new. But that which brought us into existence, the old, is gone. So the God says, behold, I'll make all things new, and the former things will pass away. Something dies, something passes away on this planet every few seconds. Who knows how many lives have been lost, gone, just while I've been speaking. Because it's a constant changing of the guard. Something always new is being born. As somebody is leaving this world, somebody is coming into this world. The old is gone. Look here. We would drive a Model T car as a collector's item. None of us would want to drive every day a Model T car. That Model T car is old. It cannot keep up with cars in 2025. It's nice to be a collector's item, blah, 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 but you wouldn't want that. Cars, trucks, computers are updated. Things are made new constantly. But for some reason in the Black conscious community, we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to hold on. Now, if you want to live like that, like the Amish, okay, so be it. But you don't want to live like that. You want to continue to update your technology. You want to continue to move forward in technology. You don't want to live like the Amish. You don't want to live like they did in 1930. You don't want to live like they lived in 5000 BC, 2000. You don't want to live like that. But you want to, woo! But you want to keep your mind there. So there's a contradiction. It's either one or the other. Either you want to stay in the old or you want to get with the new. Make up your mind. You can't have them both. You cannot function. You cannot function trying to have this delusional past that you had nothing to do with the way they used to live. You don't know nothing about 1930. You don't know nothing about 5,000 years ago. You don't know about 2,000. You don't know nothing about that stuff. You have to concentrate on what was put on your plate. Like they concentrated on what was put on their plate. So I'm not here to make mockery of nobody. I want us to be successful. But time, not Angel Snubbed Up 7, time is showing you that you're wrong. All thing Angel Snubbed Up 7 is doing is talking about it. So out of anger, out of jealousy, out of hatred, when we present something like this, we call it the Mississippi Campaign, which is new. Which is new. And thousands of people have not put it into practice. It's new. And so you have people calling the Mississippi Campaign a pipe dream. We got him upset. We got him upset. Hey, come and look at the video. We got Snubbed Up upset, calling Mississippi Campaign a pipe dream. So they call, and some people even come on my page just to write, Mississippi Campaign is a pipe dream. The reality is, since our ancestors came off the plantation, everything we've ever done is a pipe dream. What is a dream? In order to have a dream, you have to have a vision. So at least the Mississippi Campaign has vision. And with vision means you can see, right? What you have is not even a pipe dream. What you have is a failure. Because time, not Angel Snubbed Up 7, time has shown that it's a failure. You don't want to hear it, but it's a failure. Because there was no vision. There was no real purpose. There was no goal. And it continues today to be a failure. It was a failure then, and it's a failure now. And you want everybody else to be a loser and a failure just like yourself. So the best thing they can do is open up a lemonade stand, march in a parade, have a march, do diddly-daddly stuff. Over 100 years, that's all you got. Thousands of people who's supposed to believe in these things, and you have nothing. But everything black people in this country have done is a pipe dream, because none of it, after 100 years, none of it has solved our problem. All these things that you have tried for 100 years, it has not solved the problem. Civil rights did not solve our problem. Pan-Africanism has not solved our problem. Islam has not solved our problems. Moorish science has not solved our problem. All these things have tried over 100 years, 50 years. None of them solved the problem. You're not in a position to talk about Mississippi campaign as a pipe dream, because it has not been tried. But I can talk about these things that's 100 years old. And one of these things that we have been trying is be a Pan-African. So my question, after 100 years, what has Pan-Africanism produced? Show us. Where's your town? Where's a town by Pan-Africans? Where's a city by Pan-Africans? Pan-Africans have nothing. You're not in a position to make mockery and tell nobody nothing. You produced nothing. You didn't produce nothing then except a big ass church, and you're not producing now. Just a big ass church. Marcus Garvey and this other brother, I think his name's Delaney, they are given the credit to be the forefathers of Pan-Africanism, which I don't really think they named it that. It's just something that somebody put that on them. They even call Malcolm, they put Malcolm in it or whatever. These people are dead, so they cannot say exactly what their position is. But let's just say Garvey, they're pushing Marcus Garvey. What is Pan-Africanism? The simple definition of Pan-Africanism is the ideology that melanated people around the world come together to deal with our oppression. That's it. It stops right there. That's all. When I was a little boy, that's all I remember. Pan-Africanism was just an ideology of black people of African descent in America and around the earth coming together and dealing with our oppression. That's all it was. A united Africa. That's all it was. There was no African spirituality in Pan-Africanism. You can even go to Wikipedia or whatever. It will tell you Pan-Africanism was nothing but the ideology of bringing melanated people, Africans, together. Have nothing to do with African spirituality. You cannot do that. Going back to our earlier conversation, you cannot do that. Africa is over 50 nations, numerous tribes, all kinds of spirituality. How the hell you cannot unite all that together like that? It's not going to happen. There's no such thing as African spirituality. Everybody has their own belief system, how they worship God or whatever. And it's thousands of different beliefs, all kinds of languages in Africa. You're not going to make no big melting united pot out of that. You can bring the nations together and hell the nation. The nations, the African nations don't want to unite. It's been 100 years. How many African nations have united? None of them. To my knowledge, none of them. They're not interested. There's no such thing as African spirituality. That's some stuff somebody made up. Because if you go to Africa and tell them about it, what the hell are you talking about? Because all these folks have their own different ways of believing in God and spirits and stuff like that. It's numerous. Pan-Africanism is just an ideology. It's not a belief. This Pan-African stuff that we hear has been turned into a religion. And if I'm off base, then you show me Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a Christian. He believed in our Lord Jesus Christ. So clearly he didn't believe in no kind of African spirituality. And he did not talk about, he did not bring that into the UNIA. That was his own personal belief. He didn't bring in his personal belief. Just like when Dr. King spoke. Dr. King was a Christian. He didn't run around, well, y'all need to believe in Jesus. Y'all need to believe in the Bible. He did not do that. Dr. King, Marcus Garvey, and anybody that got any sense focused on the liberation of the people, because all the people not going to be Christian, all the people not going to be Muslim. They already understood that. But a religious radical don't understand that. So the Nation of Islam, you got to follow Elijah Muhammad, and you got to be a Muslim and follow. Well, not going to happen. You have somebody, the king of Pan-Africanism, somebody like Umar Johnson, who is promoting Frederick Douglass, who is pushing Marcus Garvey, but he never quotes from them. Because Marcus Garvey and Frederick Douglass, none of them talked about no snow bunnies. Frederick Douglass married a snow bunny. I never heard those teachings. I read some of the things that Frederick Douglass talked about. I read some of the things Marcus Garvey. What's this Delaney? I watched his biography. All these people did not talk about no snow bunnies. Pan-Africanism is not about your personal lust, but you have somebody like Umar Johnson on social media talk about how he want to get with the sisters and I want 4, 5 wives and bang with the wife. Marcus Garvey, these people did not talk like that. That's not part of Pan-African. That's your own personal bull crap. The teachers of Marcus Garvey. Just like Louis Farrakhan, who's supposed to represent Elijah Muhammad. But Louis Farrakhan can talk 5 hours and never quote nothing from Elijah Muhammad. Because that's his teaching. He's just riding the back of Elijah Muhammad. Umar Johnson is just riding the back of these people. People like Tahaka Bey is not following Noble Joy. He's riding the back. These people don't sound like no Marcus Garvey. They don't sound like no Noble Joy Ali. These people didn't act and talk the way these folks talk. Go listen to their teachers. Go read it for yourself. These people don't represent those folks. They are nothing but people that exploit these men. And they turn Pan-Africanism into a religion. And Pan-Africanism is not a religion. I can embrace Pan-Africanism as an ideology that melanated people need to get together and work together for our best interests. I have no problem with that. I don't want your made-up religion, your spirituality and your personal garbage, your snow bunny ideology and foolishness. Marcus Garvey was deported, and that was the end of his movement. There's a problem. We should understand and learn, why did it all fall? Marcus Garvey did not even die in Africa. He died in Europe. That was the end. Why? Why did all this fall apart? Why they didn't really build nothing? You should ask yourself why. That was the end of the movement. When Norbert Joali died, that was the end of it. It fell down. Marcus Garvey, even Elijah Muhammad, it all fell apart. No, brother, Minister Louis Farrakhan, he didn't rebuild a damn thing except made a church. Louis Farrakhan Nation of Islam is nothing like the original Nation of Islam. It can't be. It was built in a different time period with different people. It can't be the same. Elijah Muhammad is just used to exploit, because it's all about Louis Farrakhan. It's all about Umar Johnson. It's all about Tahaka Bey. It's all about these people. They're using these people for their own, as Farrakhan would say, for their own dirty religion. They cannot even replicate what these men done. The only thing they can do is beg you for money and tell you, one day we're going to have a school. One day we're going to have this. One day we have our own. One day. They never going to give you a time. But in the meantime, they're using the money that you give them to take care of their family, buy limousines, buy a big house, and whatever. Pan-Africanism is nothing but a ideology. So you have many people believe in Pan-Africanism. I saw a sister on social media, and she was having a news conference. There was a lot of news people that was there. She's in the country of Nigeria, and she's crying to the Nigerian president, help her, because it's going pretty bad. She's telling the Nigerian government, I'm bringing all these thousands and millions of dollars to your country. I'm trying to build this business here for us. And they're not helping her at all, because you're not them. Umar Johnson is a social media star, but the president of Nigeria don't give a damn about Umar Johnson. The president of Ghana don't give a damn about Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson is a Pan-African who has to buy his citizenship. If I'm an African, I shouldn't have to buy citizenship. Wherever I go, I should be able to be a citizen. Why do I, as an African, have to go to any African nation and buy my citizenship? because you're not. You gotta buy because you're not them. And you're not gonna be treated like them. You don't see none of these people trying to live in Africa. Umar Johnson is the prince of Pan-Africanism that live in America. He don't talk about his house in Ghana. He's traveling in America. He's traveling around America to get your money. He cannot travel in Ghana. They're not going to give him nothing. A few people will give him a few dollars, but he couldn't live on that. He has to come to America and get your money. What has it's not my fault. What has all this black conscience, blackity black stuff, this mindset, what has it done for us? We talk about Black Wall Street. We talk about Rosewood. We talk about many of these black towns and cities that was built. None of that is Pan-African. None of it is Nation of Islam. None of it is Moors. The Moors didn't build not one town. They don't have not one neighborhood. Nation of Islam don't have no neighborhood, don't have a town, don't have a city. The Pan-Africans don't have a neighborhood, don't have a town, don't have a city. 100 years, they don't have nothing. But the Christians, woo! But the Christians built Black Wall Street. And they wasn't forcing Jesus on people. That's just something that they believed in. We go to work, we just surviving. And then we go to church on Sunday. They wasn't running around, you have to be a Christian. They were just surviving. We don't know how to do that. We want to force our beliefs on other people. You got to be a Pan-African. You got to be a Muslim. You got to be a Native American. You got to be, I got to be, I want to be, I got to be, I want to be, I got to be. You. That's what we do. And you don't have nothing. Don't have a pot to piss in. That's not my fault. That's not Angel Snub 7 fault. All this black conscious stuff has built nothing. How dare you? You're going to come to me and try to make mockery of Mississippi campaign. You had 100 years and you built absolutely nothing. And then you brag out all the what it was. Marcus Garvey had about how many people? 2 to 4 million, they say. Nation of Islam said they had a couple of million. The Moor Science Temple said they had a couple. They ain't built nothing. You had all these members, all these people, 100 years, you had 100 years and ain't built nothing. I see the Pan-Africans, they get on airplanes and go to Africa as a tourist. None of them meet the president of Ghana. None of them meet the president of the Congo or the Sudan or any African nation. They just go as a tourist. These African leaders don't want nothing to do with you. And if you're not careful, some of the people will kill you. Talking that crazy stuff to them. They don't care about your Pan-African garbage. And it has been done. They don't like to talk about that. It has been done. People been going to Africa with that Pan-African mindset. I'm an African. And then turn around, those people beat you up and they will kill you. You're not them. They're not interested in Pan-Africanism. Not one country is united with another African country. They're not interested. Those people have been tribal for thousands of years. They are extremely, severely tribal, just like you are. You're tribal. I don't like Christians. I don't like Muslims. You're tribal. I don't like Snub. You're tribal. Just like they are. Maybe you are an African. Because you're tribal just like they are. If people don't get with your program, don't believe what you believe in, you have a severe problem. So how the hell, if Africans are tribal, how the hell is Pan-Africanism going to work? How is it going to work? And everybody is tribal. Make it make sense. You can't. That's why I say you have to depend on yourself. And you can build that bridge to Africa if you want to when you take care of yourself. And this plan, this vision, this pipe dream can do it. And if you really understood this thing that we call Mississippi Campaign, if you understood, it brings all of these things, the Moors, the Pan-Africans, the Israelites, the Christians, the homeless, our children. It brings all of us under one umbrella. And we come together and get our assignments. We develop our battle plan. And then we put it into action. It will begin to produce those things so that the pipe dream is no longer a dream, it becomes a reality. Because you have to change the way you do things. It's like driving your car. And there's a detour because of construction. Now, some people forget the detour. I'm going to keep going like you guys do. But people are smart. There's a detour. I'm going to have to find another way to get around. Sometimes when you're driving your car, there's a detour. Sometimes they put out signs to show you where you need to go so you can keep going where you wanted to go. Then sometimes they just tell you the detour. Where I'm supposed to go? You got to figure it out yourself. Well, so this is the position that we're in. We got to figure it all ourselves. There's nobody around to tell us how to go. We got to figure it out ourselves. And when you do that, you be on the right path, as the scriptures say in the Quran. You call yourself God. So, oh Allah, keep me on the right path. But I thought the black man is God. So the black man is Allah. So that means you should be, if I'm Allah, that means I have the ability to get on the right path, to keep myself on the right path, find my own way. I don't need to wait for Master Faram. I don't have to wait for Elijah Muhammad to come down on a spaceship. I am God. So I should be able to make my own way. I'm a man. At minimum, I'm a man. I should be able to lead my women and my children to the promised land. Y'all got to start from somewhere. Our ancestors was doing it anyway. So you keep talking about the ancestors this and the ancestors. Well, the ancestors was doing this just a few years ago. And you turn your nose up because you turn these things into a religion. So it's not people trying to survive in a racist society. Now, the only thing you did was create a religion instead of a survival mechanism. snow bunnies. Who gives a damn? What kind of food you like? Just talking a bunch of nonsense to be entertained, because that's all your church. Church is not revolutionary like churches. You just go there and worship God, feel good. Pan-Africanism should be there's nothing revolutionary about putting on some clothes and having a parade. There's nothing revolutionary about that. That's all we know how to do is put on costume. The red, black, and the green, and the purple. The Hebrew Israelites wear their purple and the bow tie. We put on these costumes. But we have no more connection to the revolution. You wear the costume of the revolution, but you're no longer revolutionary. So they get angry at Angel Snuff Nuff 7 because I simply point out the obvious. It's not no secret. It's obvious. So to debate, to argue with me is futile because it presents itself. I don't have to make nothing up. It's plain as day. It's obvious. We can do better. All these things, we need to look out for ourselves. What was it? I'm going to say this and we're going to get out of here. What was it that Dr. Clark said? Dr. Clark said, we have no friends. So if the black man and woman have no friends, if soul brothers and sisters in this country, if we have no friends, that means we have to depend on ourselves. And if you want a friend, you need to have a friend in yourself. How are you gonna go to Africa, but you ain't made a friend with the brother and sister in Houston, in New York, in St. Louis, in Los Angeles, in New Orleans? You're not even friendly with yourself. You're not a brother and sister with yourself. So how the hell are you gonna go Woo! It don't make any sense. How the hell you can't make friends with your own people, but you're supposed to be able to go 9,000 miles and make friends with people, most of the time, the language you can't even speak. They don't even know you. It's actually easier to make friends with the people who are like you. There's some foreigners, some strange folks that you don't know nothing about. It don't make any sense. I cannot make friends with my next door neighbor, but I can make friends with somebody else 2,000 miles away. But I have problems with my next door neighbor. I can't get along with my next door neighbor, but I can go 2,000 miles, but can't get along with nobody in my own neighborhood, but I can go 2,000 miles and get along. It don't make it, and they don't like you like that. The only thing Africa do is take. Gimme, like these people do. The black conscious community, the only thing they do is take. They don't give you nothing. That's unacceptable. The only thing we do is take and make promises. I'm gonna give you a school one day. I'm gonna give you acres. I'm gonna give you acres and acres of watermelon one day. I'm gonna send you to college one day. They just make these promises. I'm gonna make this big homeless shelter one day. And they steady taking your money. That's unacceptable. under this vision, Mississippi campaign, there's none of that. You got to produce. You can't do it. You need to get out the way. You get sufficient time. You're not doing the job. You got to move. Because the people deserve results. You can't do what you say you can do. Get out the way. You still my brother. You still my sister. You're not getting the job done. You got to go. This is too important. This is not only for ourselves. This is for your children. So 150 years from now, instead of saying and writing that we are the most pitiful and pathetic generation ever produced, they can say, wow, that's the greatest generation ever. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this city on Mars. We wouldn't be living on Venus. We wouldn't be out in the heavens going where no man has gone before if it wasn't for them. Woo, they was powerful, so powerful ever. You just don't understand. And our vision is realistic. You don't even have a vision. You don't even have a dream. Talk about somebody, and that's a pipe dream. You don't even have a dream. Because what you have is a proven failure. It's not even a dream. The only thing you can do is change the way you do things or let it go. But you don't want to change nothing, so you're going to continue to be a failure. I've never seen anybody that do something wrong and don't change if they want to win. Hey, you playing baseball. Hey, bro, don't hold the bat like that. Look, put your hand down here. Look that way. Try it that way. I ain't used to. It ain't about what you. I know what you know. What you used to doing. You're not hitting the ball, man. Change how you doing it so that you can hit that ball. Well, I've been doing this. My daddy did it. They need to put you out the game. Find somebody that would do it the right way. But a lot of people take that advice. Yeah, let me try it differently. Let me try it differently. Boom! Woo! Home run! Dang! I should have done that a long time ago. Change the way you do things. There's nothing embarrassing about it. You shouldn't be ashamed about it. You're still doing what we're doing. You just got to change up so that you can hit that home run. What's wrong with that? But if you go out there and keep losing, it ain't Angel Snubbing Up 7 fault. It's obvious. Dang, they can't even hit the ball. Is that my fault? Whose fault is it if the people, damn, he can't hit the ball. He can't make the basket. Is it the people that's looking at it? Is it their fault because they're talking about it? Or is it your fault because you don't want to do things different and you lose it? Accept reality, my friend. It's much easier. And on that note, thank you for listening. For me, pretty nice crowd in the chat room. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, of course. I appreciate you spending time with us. It's always an honor. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So check me. I don't mind being checked. Come here. I'll sit back in the cut. I let them do it all the time. Sit back in the cut and let you talk. Teach us. Nobody else do that. I'm the only one. I will let you come here and teach us. The last people that was here, they failed. because they caught up in the hype. They don't even know what they believe in. Cannot even explain it. That's my fault, because you don't know how to explain what you believe in. So what do you believe? If you can't explain it, what do you believe? I'm Angel Snub 7. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know when we are going to be able to get together. I need to get on I need to start this other project to see what might happen. Who knows? Something big might happen. I don't know. I got to try. I got to change up. See what I'm saying? I got to change up. I got to do a little something different. Got to change up. Like I said, Soul Liberation Day. I think that was Soul Liberation Day. I was talking about if you can't go in the front door, maybe you can go in the back door. We'll see. So on that note, we are out of here. And as our ancestor Don Cornelius used to always say as in pardon, we wish you love, peace, and soul. And we are 5,000.